Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the Kop TV. Why am I so low, lads? Anyway, it's the football's most famous stand. The world's... Oh, Alex, I've already got it wrong. But we keep moving. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the host of the world's most famous stand. Alex is well better at this than I am. Alex, go away. I've still got an intro yet. Go away. Anyway, I'm your boy James Redmond, and with me today I've got a big wanker from London, Alex.
That is bang out of order, bro. A big wanker from London. Jesus Christ, is that what it's come to? It's the voice of football's most famous stand as well, by the way. Yeah.
The voice of... That's it, I forgot the voice.
But we are back. Nice to have you back, Jay. Looking good, mate.
You threw that on me last minute, which is why it was executed the way it was. No preparation whatsoever. You think I'm a professional at this?
Well, exactly. But, well, you are. But listen, another professional thing that we need to do is tell people to like the video. This is important. And we're not going to continue without it, James. Tell them, I mean, you know more than me. Tell them how important it is to like a video.
Oh, no, it's proper. I don't want to patronise you. You already know the score. You know that it improves the algorithm and you know that it gets us out there more. So smash a like, subscribe, and it helps us out.
Absolutely. Subscribe to Jay as well. Big stuff coming from him in the season. We actually have a brilliant Hot Topics episode coming out for you today as well.
Which we wanted to come out sooner, but it's still going to be good, so definitely give it a watch. It's just, if anything sounds like... We thought it was going to be out before the Leipzig game, so if you see us talking about that, then just know it was recorded beforehand.
Yeah, and also let us know if you'd like... Obviously, you guys know that we're in the new studio now in Liverpool, but let us know, would you like us to go live from that studio, you know, on a Monday morning? I think it's an option. So let us know if you'd like us to actually go live within that studio. But listen, we're here to talk about Liverpool's result yesterday. Now, James, obviously a lot of people in the last couple of weeks have got very excited over the fact that Mr. Nunez has slightly underperformed within pre-season. But what does the performance last night, what does the score last night tell us as Liverpool fans in pre-season? Obviously, scored
the exact same that the first two games taught us. You can't judge him yet. And the thing is as well, like, I know we scored 4 goals, and that's brilliant. And if he's doing that on a week-to-week basis, then he's doing what I expect of him. Because I don't expect him to be doing Luis Suarez performances and ripping players and dribbling past players and scoring 30-yard worldies, because he's just... And if that is what you're expecting, then you're going to be disappointed, because he's just not that type of player. He's not. And I know he's 22 and people are like, oh, but James, he's 22. As a 22-year-old, there's only so much that you can implement into your game. The only good thing about being a 22-year-old is that how good he is now, even with the slight improvements that Klopp can add to his game, it's one of those things that over time, you'll notice that now he's got about 10 to 12 years of performing 20 to 30 goal seasons. But again, that still remains to be seen. I think the 4 goals in one half, by the way, amazing. Don't mind if I diddly do. And if he's doing that on a week-to-week basis, then he's doing more than what I could have ever expected from Darwin Nunez. However, does it still change my opinion? Like, am I suddenly on the bandwagon that Nunez is the starting striker? Is he the one for us? Not really. I don't think the goals were all that amazing. Just a goal's a goal. A goal's a goal, but they weren't that amazing. The penalty was average. The last chance in the 90th minute. What?
Lucky to go in the pen, I thought.
Very, very, very lucky. The chance at the end as well, I think any decent goalkeeper saves that.
Yeah.
And then even there was one that was good movement, granted. I thought the defending was a bit sloppy. Gave him a lot of space, but he was able to get a tap in. And then, the only good one was the one that he finished the cross goal. But again, defending weren't really too great. So, nothing there that makes me think, right, he's going to tear up the Premier League week in, week out. But is it good? Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, listen, we were laughing, we were bantering with other sets of fans over the last couple of weeks. They were calling him the Uruguayan Andy Carroll, etc., etc. And my response, because obviously when Liverpool lose in pre-season, especially to Man United, you are going to get a bit of stick. And my response was, it's preseason. It doesn't matter. So by my own logic, I have to use my own logic for the game last night. And again, say it's preseason. It doesn't matter. However, what I will say, Red Bull Leipzig are no mugs, by the way. Angelino left back. You know, they've got Golaski in goal. Silva up front. And Cuckoo's just signed a massive new deal, scored 40-odd goals last season, finished strongly in Bundesliga, and we've just smashed them 5-0 in their own backyard. And again, should we take it into consideration too much, the preseason result? Yes or no, it's up to you to decide. But you still can't look past that, Jay, and it's impressive beating Leipzig 5-0 away.
Yeah, we done what we were probably supposed to do, and a little bit more. I think any of us would just took winning the game. 5-0 is also really, really good. But again, we beat Barcelona 4-0 at Wembley before in pre-season. We beat Dortmund 4-0 when they were still winning Bundesligas and stuff like that, when Klopp was still there. It's just not something I look into too much. And I think if your basis of Darwin Nunez having an Erling Haaland season, a Kun Aguero-esque season, because if he gets 25 to 30 goals, that's a Kun Aguero season. Even though he's not stylistically anything like him, it's still numbers-wise, that's what you want to be seeing from a world-class striker in the Premier League. If you're only judging he's going to have that season off of the game that he had against us in the Champions League and this one game against Leipzig in pre-season where he scored 4 goals in one half, then that's where I think that's too little logic. That's why I'm not jumping on that bandwagon yet, because I've still seen too little from him.
Let us know in the comments what you think about the general performance last night. We're obviously talking about Nunez, but obviously Salah scored. There were some other really bright performances from the likes of Fabio Carvalho as well, which we really can't wait to see more of, to be honest. Let's get into a couple of comments. Big up to Khadija. Big up to Prince. Hello. Yes, the boys, how are we? Yes, Tammy, how are we? Gary Richards, James Redmond, Nunez is a star player, Darwin Nunez.
He hasn't done nothing to prove that he's a star player, though. And this isn't me hating on him. I think he's good at what he's good at, but he's proven nothing to say that he's a star player. He hasn't done anything. Like, 4 goals against Leipzig's good. But be honest, at least 2 of those goals were quite lucky to go in. At least 2.
I would agree with that. I wouldn't say that he hasn't got the... I mean, yeah, I'd say right now...
Right now, he's not a star player. Right now.
Yeah, right now. Glenn, big up to you, fellow all the way from Ireland. Morning, lads. Darwin Derwin was on fire last night. The lad is going to be a superstar. Keyword is going to be, I think, there.
See, that's a good way to put it. Keyword, going to be a superstar. I can get on that. Because if he does go ahead and score 20 to 25 goals, which I think in Klopp's system, he can very much do that. My only thing is that it is going to have to be to do, getting into the system and settling in and whatnot. That's all that matters. If he can do that, he's going to score goals and I'll be happy with him. It's just, is he going to be the starting option straight away? I think people just need to relax a little bit type thing. I think it's just a bit too much at the moment.
Tammy saying we defo need a live from the studio. So again,
I agree.
We can do that for you.
I agree.
You would prefer live content over pre-recorded content. Says
Alex, I was going to ask you a question before you read out the super chat. The question that I was going to ask you, has this improved your sort of mindset on Darwin Nunez? Because I know you've had me chopping down your fucking earwigs about how he's not what I think everyone else is painting him out to be. I know you're a fan of him. You don't really criticise him much, or if any time. Is this game with 4 goals made you think, yeah, I'm right about this, I know Darwin's going to be a top class striker?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it does. I mean, listen, what I would say is it was nice just to get that monkey off his back and get that first goal. Once the first goal goes in, really nice finish across the keeper for the second. Gets the third, gets the fourth. It can do nothing but a good thing for his confidence. This is what we've got to remember. Forget what we think of him. In himself, he is going to feel better about himself after scoring 4 goals. That's just physical human nature. Once you achieve something like that, whether it be preseason or not, you are going to have more confidence. And what do we want Nunez to have on the pitch? Confidence. That's what Klopp's been talking about. He did mention in his post-match yesterday, Klopp, that maybe the first touch wasn't all there in the first couple of games from Darwin. Listen, there were examples last night where it wasn't there as well, which maybe gets masked over because he did score the 4 goals. And again, as Liverpool fans, as Liverpool content creators, what we have an obligation to do is judge the game fairly, but also give our opinion as fans, whether that's positive or negative. And me personally, I can only say mostly positive things about last night, which will lead to an increase in confidence, hopefully an increase in goals. And it's a good time as well to start feeling confident. Let's not forget, Saturday, in 8 days, we're playing Manchester City. That will be a very tough game. He will definitely be involved in that. And if he gets a goal in that game, then surely the confidence rolls into the Fulham game as well. And we've got Strasbourg at Anfield next week as well. So for confidence-wise, I'm not saying it was the most complete performance I've ever seen from a striker. But confidence-wise, it can only do him a world of good. And we saw Salah score again last night. You know, it was a great finish set up by Bobby Firmino. Do we take for granted sometimes, Jay, just how good Salah starts seasons? Let's not forget, 5 years in a row at Liverpool now, he has scored on the first day every single season. It's almost like we expect him to just run into the season on fire. And again, 1 goal last night, but it can't be a bad thing, bro, leading into the new season when your main man is putting it in the net.
This is why I think it's funny that people expect Nunez to be our next superstar, because we've still got Salah there. And Salah's the one who... Salah is the superstar. He is the superstar of the team right now. And it was him and Mane battling it out before. Now it's just clearly Salah. And, you know, I just think to myself, what a great player to have in your team, a player who's probably now going to be getting a bit more service now that Mane's gone. However, he's going to probably get more space because people are going to be more cautious about Luis Diaz. So regardless which winger that you focus more on, they're both going to be problems. And then if you're focusing on both of them, then that means that Darwin Nunez has got all the space in the world to go ahead and get a couple of hat-tricks in there. So I think it's having a player like Salah is vital, especially when it comes to improving players like Darwin Nunez. And that's why I think Nunez is going to do great. In terms of what what do we expect of him to do? We don't be expecting him 40-yard long shots. We don't expect 5-star skill moves. Do we or do we not expect goals, Alex?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we expect goals. And do we expect anything else?
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah, but he's not going to get low. He's not a striker who's going to get 10, 15 assists, is he? He'll get like 4, 5, something like that.
Salah would, though. Salah does get that regularly.
No, I'm not talking about Salah right now. I'm talking about Nunez.
Yeah, but Salah would get that number. But no, I agree with you.
No, but the point is that what we're expecting Nunez to do is get goals. That's plain and simple here.
And also 5 or 6 assists, they're a nice little Brucey bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, and he'll create a space for the other two as well. So if that's all we're expecting from him, he's probably going to do that, especially with players like Mo Salah around him.
Yeah, absolutely. Hannah saying live content over pre-recorded. Defo live from the studio says Tammy. Nunez will grow into his game. Give him time to adapt and he could be a monster. Dinesh all the way from Mombasa. Big up to you. I'm not too sure where that is. Let us know. We're all about learning more geographical locations, aren't we, Jay? We like hearing about where everyone's locked in from around the world.
Of course.
Let us know where Mombasa is. Interested to know. Very global audience. Bobby looked great starting. Now, Jay, what kind of season can we expect Bobby Firmino to have? Because let's not forget, he still needs to sign. He still needs to sign on a dotted line. He's probably the last player now that we're like, right, get him signed a little 2 or 3 year deal. He's still got a big role to play. And there isn't one part of me that thinks we're going to see less and less of Bobby. I think based on the amount of games that we are going to play this season, like last season, he's got a big role this year.
Oh, I think that's bold.
I think he's got a big role, and let's not forget.
No, I'm not saying. I think it's a bit bold to say that he's got a big role when he hasn't had that big of a role over the past 2 seasons.
I would disagree. You look at last season, right? He scored some massively important goals away at Milan.
When it started, though, he was a backup.
Yeah, but still, you don't have to be a starter. You can still play a big role. Origi played a big role for the last 7 years.
No, of course. I never said that he hadn't played a big role, but you're saying that I don't doubt for 1 minute that we're going to be seeing less of Bobby Firmino, whereas I think we will. That's what I disagree with. I think we're already seeing it. I think it just makes complete. For me, I think he's above Darwin. I think it's him and Jota who are
Really?
competing for that number one spot. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I put Bobby above Darwin all day. He's better at everything than Darwin Nunez, maybe besides finding the back of the net because he's a different style of player. But
Yeah.
I'm devo that he's not getting involved in the team right now because he's the one who, when Mane goes, he brings the closest of what Mane was bringing in that false nine position when Mane was playing there. And I don't think we're going to see him play week in, week out. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I feel like we're already seeing it. Last year of his contract, no real talks about it being renewed, no panic from the fans about it being renewed. So he's probably just going to be thinking, go ahead then, I'll bounce.
I want it
You
to
know what I mean?
renew 100%.
I'd love him to renew, but no one's talking about it like the way they were talking about it for Salah. No one will be as upset if Firmino goes than when Mane went. I don't think. I think people will still be upset, but they're not going to talk about it like, oh, this is a detriment to us. They'll talk about the good memories he gave us. Whereas Mane leaving, that was like a detriment to the team. But I think people underestimate what Bobby still has to offer. Bobby is fucking world class, mate, and on his day, you're not finding a much better footballer on the offensive front than him, especially in the Premier League.
Like all-time players for Liverpool, your favourites. For me, Bobby's in my top 10. And that's that's including the likes of the very, very best. And I think I would put him up that high. Where do you? I mean, listen, his career's not over yet. He's still at Liverpool, still opportunities to win trophies, but he's won everything at Liverpool. Where do you rank him in terms of the all-time favourites?
I'd probably put Bobby. Let me just think of it. So Mane, Salah, Gerrard. These are the people who I'd have above him in terms of my favourites. Van Dijk,
Ali? Yeah.
Alisson, yeah. Who did you just say?
Trent?
Trent, Luis Suarez.
Torres?
Luis Suarez just done things. I know Bobby's done more, but Luis Suarez done things that I've never
Yeah.
seen before.
With the
Fernando
ball.
Torres, Robbie Fowler. I'd probably say he could be either just in the top 10 or just outside.
Let us know what you think as well. Is Bobby a top 10 in your lifetime for Liverpool? That might be your favourite, might be
For
best.
the younger fans, they should be saying nothing but yes. But for me, I've seen like Xabi Alonso and sick players, lad. I've seen some good, even though it's been like tough trenches for the club, I've still seen some good players.
Yeah, Xabi Alonso is definitely up there with Bobby, but I think I'd have him above Torres.
No.
I would have him above Torres because of the loyalty, the important goals in trophy-winning games. For instance, like the World Club Cup final, Bobby won that for us in extra time in the last minute.
Yeah, but you can't say that's like a big game. Like Torres still scored in bigger games in the Premier League than that.
Name me 4 big games that Torres scored in.
4 big games that Torres scored
And
in.
that
He
were
scored
winning
against
goals.
Chelsea a couple of times.
Winning goals.
He scored that goal against Manchester United, of course. He scored in a few of the big 6 games, lads.
Cup games, though, was he there?
Did he score against Real Madrid in the 4-0 win? Don't think he did.
No, he did. He
did.
did.
So there you go. There's a fucking massive game.
Yeah.
There's a massive game. I
I just think clutch moments, I think Bobby's got more.
No. Torres was Mr. Clutch. Torres was Mr. Clutch. He was the one who won games for Liverpool Football Club.
Bobby Firmino.
Gerrard through ball, Torres in from behind. Yeah. He was like what Darwin Nunez always dreams to be.
See, Firmino scored more goals for Liverpool than Torres.
In way more time.
Won way more trophies. Well, Torres didn't win any.
Torres was in a worse team.
Do you know, it's an interesting point, though.
Don't stop the debate. Try and prove me wrong. Try and prove why Bobby might have more trophies, but he's not as in good. So is Henderson better than Gerrard?
There's an argument.
There's not. No. We're not talking about leadership. We're talking about a player.
Describe better in what way?
In every way. Overall footballer.
As in a footballer, I would say no.
Dickhead. You know what I'm saying? There's an overall footballer, and then there's one attribute, which is leadership, which is really the only one that can be debated between the two.
Then it's Gerrard. It is Gerrard. But I'm still sticking with Bobby over Torres, you know.
I think Bobby's a more well-rounded player than Torres is. And I think he's more loyal to the club. But at what their role was to do, Torres was literally like, I know Bobby's a false nine, right? But it's a tough one because he's very good at what he does, and there's not many people who does what he does. But Torres was at a stage where he was the best of his. At one point, you could have said he was the best striker in the world, or am I silly for saying that?
I think in 2008, as an out-and-out number 9, you could say he was the
I
best.
think you could have put him at least in the top 2 or 3, and that's not a horrible shout at all.
Again at the time.
What?
Ronaldo and Messi weren't strikers at the time, were they? And Torres was.
No, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about pure number 9s, the Didier Drogbas of this world, everyone, Berbatovs, all these players in the Premier League and across the world who were still playing at this time. Torres could have been the best there.
Yeah.
Did we ever look at Bobby as he was the best?
See,
ever?
You might disagree with me, but I would say 18-19, there was a
I think it was it 18-19 or 17-18? I think it was 17-18 for me when he had that banger of a season.
Yeah,
that was it was the first season of Salah. First season of Salah.
The 2017-18 and 18-19, I would say he was in the top 5 in the world in terms of a false 9 / number 9. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And,
no, that's fair.
Torres probably achieved a higher individual level, but for the amount of time, the loyalty, the massive moments, the trophies he's won, I really would have Firmino above Torres. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, this is the way I put it is, if you remove Torres from that team, which we did, and you saw what happened, then it's catastrophic. Whereas if you remove Firmino from this team, which we've seen happen over the past couple of seasons when he's been moved out a bit more, we're just fine. We're just fine.
Very good point.
So,
this is what we like.
That's my final point.
Debates. Yeah. Sleeping Dragon says Bobby just misses out on the top 10 for me. I did go to my first game in 1980, so for me, Bobby just outside the top 10. Big up to T-Boy as well. Gary Richards reminding us Bobby's won the league and the Champions League. It's not who's better, it's how they get managed, says Scouse African. The Dugout Football Channel linking us to Nunez, which we will touch on. And also Richard reminding us that Torres scored in the Champions League quarter-final against Arsenal.
Scored in a lot of big games, Torres. I was surprised you said that.
And Salah and no, listen, I remember that goal, but I'm talking about
goals against Chelsea, Man United, Real Madrid. Come on.
Listen, there is a good 5 or 6 big games where he did score. I just think if you add them all up, I do think Bobby's got more. I do.
Go on, name more than that.
Right, from start to finish with Bobby, yeah?
Yeah. Whole Liverpool career.
He joins in 15-16.
You've got recent memory on your side as well.
Yeah, so 16-17, he really gets into it. 17-18, I think he scored 10 Champions League goals that season.
What was the big games, though? What was the big games?
City at home in the Champions League, both games. Didn't score in the final. 18-19 scores against PSG to win the game at Anfield in the Champions League last minute. Across the keeper. Scores in his first season, by the way, scored a massive goal. His first goal for Liverpool was away at City, which we won 4-1. So take that.
He'll score the fucking banger that game.
He did. Eats nails, does our Martin. 18-19, what else? Scores a massive goal against... scores a hat-trick against Arsenal that season at Anfield. Scores away at Arsenal as well. Pretty sure he scored again in the Champions League semi-final to win the game at the Etihad. Great finish there. Semi-final, which Torres never did. He was a quarter-final kind of guy. 19-20 scores the winner away at Wolves, which we win 1-0. Scores the winner against Crystal Palace away.
Ooh, don't start mentioning Wolves. We're talking about like big teams. We're not talking about Wolves.
If we didn't win that game, that might not.
No, but like we're not talking about what we're talking about. Like big football teams. You know what I mean? You can't just be throwing in every game. I even questioned you with Arsenal, but I let you off with Arsenal.
Header at home. Header at home against Tottenham to win the game last minute in the lockdown.
Oh, Tottenham, we going with it? I was thinking about the biggest, like the biggest the team, like Chelsea was in their prime at the point, Man United, Real Madrid, like the best teams in the world. I thought you meant that.
Okay,
I didn't know you were getting involved in Tottenham.
Scored away against Chelsea, that header, when Trent scored that mad free kick away at Stamford Bridge. We won 2-0.
Yeah.
Scored at home against who scored against Villarreal at home for us? Anyway, my point is World Club Cup final, you know, I think
again, don't include that one. That's not like against a world class team.
It's close. He's still got time. He's still got time as well. So I would say it's close.
And Torres done it in less years. So I don't even think Firmino's got the amount. So I'm not saying Firmino shit. He's got clutch moments, Tottenham, Wolves, and these other sides as well. Hat-tricks against Arsenal. But Torres, I'm not being funny. He was like Mr. Clutch. He was what we relied on week in, week out to get us 3 points. So that's the only reason why I'd say he's above him. But I can understand it. You need to have more of these debates, Alex. You go easy sometimes. You need to start having these more because that was a good debate, that.
Yeah, it was, man. Big up. Right, let's look at this. It says what we are.
Look, I like his haircut. I do like Nunez. If he does score goals, I feel like that's a trademark.
The kit looks so great as well, I'd say, on the players.
No, it does. It looks boss.
It really does look a lot better than when we first see it. But 22 Liverpool players were used last night. Really nice to see Firmino getting an assist. Trent obviously getting an assist. Elliott and Carvalho getting.
Now they are the two players I want to talk about. Get me back on full screen a sec before we carry on.
Hang on, I got a picture of them both here for you.
Boss, but put me on the screen.
And there's that Bekatic, whatever his name is. He played well as well.
He was good. He was good. But now I do want to talk about Fabio Carvalho and Harvey Elliott real quick because they were, honestly, I think they've been the two players of the pre-season. I think they're the two ones that you look at and think they're so happy when they're on the ball. They want to just show off a little bit. They want to be able to do these things. Two different type of players. Even though they're both dribblers, they're both small, they're both silky, they are still different. I'd say right left footer. Carvalho's got a little bit more flair about his game, where I think Harvey Elliott's more close control, more I'm going to take little steps to get to where I need to be. I'm not going to rush the situation. Not that Fabio does rush himself, but you get what I mean. There's still differences to how they approach the game. And I think them two on either wing or one in the middle and one on the right or rotate. And bear in mind, they're both versatile, so you can decide to rotate them throughout the game if you'd wish. I think there's some really, really fucking good options. And I think when they get given a few chances in bigger games, that technical ability is going to see them through. The only thing we're going to need to wait on, which obviously takes time, like it took time for Phil Foden, like it took time for Bukayo Saka, is getting that build and getting used to the Premier League. But in terms of technical ability, best believe they've already got it. They've already got it. They're honestly potential to be world class, both of them.
Yeah, and I think you'd agree with this. There was a tweet that went out about Fabio in particular, and it said, this kid isn't the future. He's the very right now. He's that good that he's the right now. But
the thing is, it's like John Jones, who's been the UFC light heavyweight champion for pretty much his whole career, the youngest ever champion in the UFC history across all weight divisions. Even though he was John Jones and he was the present then, there was still a future yet to come, where you saw peak John Jones, where he could wrestle, he had jiu-jitsu, he was able to strike, both getting backed up and on the offense. Fabio Carvalho is still the future. Right now, we're just seeing the base level. We haven't saw a Fabio Carvalho under Jurgen Klopp. We haven't saw a Fabio Carvalho entered in his peak years. We haven't saw Fabio Carvalho even outside of puberty. That's a bit far. It's a bit far.
A little bit far.
He probably has completed puberty, but you get the point. He's a fucking baby and he's there terroring fellas. Unbelievable footballer. Unbelievable footballer.
Needs to be mentioned on this channel in any context. Drunk Vigo is obsessed with mentioning burgers at Jurgen's, by the way. Every single time this guy comments, it's about looking forward to eating. It's just mad. Big up to you for getting involved, though, Drunk Vigo.
It's the only Jurgen's on a fake account.
There you go. Right, quick super chat before we get off, Jay. And it comes in from Akash. Massive thank you for the big super chat there, bro. Nobody would have been that gassed for Nunez. 4 goals. I need to sneeze.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, that was
Thank God they never had earphones on.
yeah, good. RIP audio headphone users.
Tell me.
Nobody would have been that gassed for Nunez 4 goals if we didn't see his fail comps after playing less than 90 minutes when he just joined. This is modern football, Akash. This
Wait
is what
there,
we have to
nobody would
start
have
with.
been gassed for Nunez 4 goals if he didn't see his fail comps. Wait there, nobody. What's he saying there, Alex?
Basically, he's
What's his
saying
point?
that unless people saw the fail comps that people were making last week against Palace and United, then nobody would have been gassed for the 4 goals that we saw last night.
I agree. I think that all them fail comps has made the picture to be worse than what it is. But what I'm trying to say is try and stick to your guns. If you're not with Nunez, then obviously you need to see a lot more than just this one game to change your mind about him. And if you're going to jump on the bandwagon just because you've seen a few failed compilations, then you should be jumping on the bandwagon with a lot of players. If you're just going off failed compilations, whoever your star boy is at your club, he'll be shit if you just go get him in a failed compilation, trust me, and it won't be a good watch. So with Nunez, give him time. Don't expect overly from what he's meant to achieve. He's meant to adapt to the system. We're meant to play to his strengths, and he's meant to score goals. If he scores goals, we've got to fucking give him the credit where credit's due, because he came into a world-class club at a young age, adapted very quick, and done what he needs to do. So all I'm expecting from Nunez is loads and loads of goals, and to be that player who, when we need that one extra goal in the Champions League final, or that one extra goal to win the league, then he's the man who can do it.
Yeah. Listen, I totally agree with you. I think the job that he's come in to do is to bang in goals. Now, if he scores 38 goals this season in all comps and has a fails comp, which is 5 open goals that he's missed, do you think I'm going to care about that? Will you care about that?
I would not give 2 shiny shites.
2 shiny shites. Maybe even 3, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, 4 on a Tuesday.
3, 4, 5. How about that? It's Friday today. Let's get 5 shiny shites. That was a manly sneeze, says Drunk Vigo.
That was like a proper macho man sneeze. It's made me want to sneeze.
Is that about me? What crazy boy? I am crazy boy. This is a great comment from North Red. I just had a premonition of a certain James Redmondinhos standing outside Anfield saying that Fabio Carvalho is the best player in the world.
Hey, he's the type of player who I would say he's the best player in the world. Do you know, like if he had the numbers and stuff.
Started, bro.
Let's get this started. No, he has. He's got belting ability. Do you know why he was on YouTube when Coutinho was about? I'd have been screaming that week in, week out.
Yeah.
I would have. Coutinho was fucking different.
The first
Here's a question.
17,
Here's a question. Do you know in the pecking order? Would you put Coutinho above Bobby?
No.
I don't think I would, but it'd be close. It'd be very close.
Yeah, but in terms of players, I think it's a slightly different question. In terms of players that have got me out of my seat the most times and gone, oh my god, no! You know them kind of. And Coutinho is definitely there, bro. The guy used to I'm getting goosebumps talking about him now. The guy got me out of my seat. Pause.
He was that type of player. Yeah, I think from how a player made me feel, he done more mad shit.
Yeah, mad shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big up to Solomon. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Kop TV content.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, like I said, Hot Copics should be coming out today. And then, listen, from next Saturday, we're back into the fan cams. We've got Community Shield, and then the Premier League starts. And the first game of the season at Anfield, I believe, is a Monday night against Crystal Palace. We'll be there, back amongst the fan cam. And I can't wait. I really can't wait to be back out there in the freezing cold, gloves,
in the trenches.
In the trenches. There's no one else doing it like we're doing it out here in the trenches outside Anfield. Do you know what I mean? It was mentioned actually by Big Mick, Irish Mick, who we know and love on the Kop TV last season. He said, you know what? There's no other one doing fan cams outside the ground. You two are with you all the way, my brother. I'm with you all the way. No one's doing it like the Kop TV, you know that. Anyway, thanks for that wake up. No worries at all. I was always on the Starwin Express a year ago. Big up to Gary.
Starwin. That's funny the way he called him Starwin. Nah, do you
Darwin.
know what? I
Okay.
feel like I've been a little. I feel like people will think I'm being too harsh to Darwin this episode, but from now I would like people to appreciate the fact that I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him as a person. I've said what he's not and what people probably think he could end up being. That's all I've said. But if he goes out there, Alex, and scores goals every week, believe me, mate, you will not see me complain about his bad first touch. You will not see me complain about his all-round game being a bit below par. I don't care. I don't care. If you go out there and do the job you're meant to do, it's like me having a go at Alisson. If he's not scoring goals, it's like you can't judge a goalkeeper on scoring goals.
He does
Like
do
just the
that as
same
well,
way.
though.
Just the
If you
same
need
way you
that from
can't
it, you
expect
can do
that,
that.
even though we can do that as well. No, yeah, that was actually a bad analogy. But I'm also not going to expect Darwin to do what Luis Diaz is doing. Them little fancy first touches and doing that shit. As long as you do what you're meant to do, mate, create space for the wingers and score goals. Sound.
Agreed. Totally
Sound.
agreed. Yeah.
Don't
Anything
mind
else?
if I diddly
Whatever.
do. Every
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know the score, Darwin. My G.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And if we see Darwin chilling in, somewhere like Patterson's getting a quarter or a whole kilogram of fried chicken, as long as he's putting that ball in the back of the net on a Saturday, he can eat what he wants, mate. Right?
Tell me
So
about it,
if we
lad.
see Darwin, having a few bevies in the Merchant in town, let him get on with it. As long as he's
Yep.
scoring goals. If he's not scoring goals, I'll drag him out of there. But he will be scoring goals, and that is his job. And I think that is what he's going to do. Big up to Drunk Vigo, who says this channel is going to blow up this season, bro. Do you know what? The amount of prep, the amount of talk, the amount of motivational chats that James and I have had over the last 2 weeks alone, trust me, we are going to do everything. And when I
We've
say
got quite
everything,
a bit of
within our
shit.
power to make sure that this channel does blow up this year, bro.
We've got some big things planned for this season, and I'm really excited for it because I think every season for us it's just gone one after another. That is all the credits to the people who tune in, support, donate, whatever the fuck. Like all that stuff is massively important. Even what people don't realise is everyone's just as important as each other as well. So us, the content creators, are not the content creators without them watching. Them watching, liking, subscribing, sending in super chats. They don't realise that we can't do this without them, that support. We can't do that without those little extra likes. We can't do that without the super chats and whatnot, because it's you guys who basically fund this channel. If you tune in and watch an advert, you're funding us. If you tune in and send a super chat, you're funding this channel. You're not funding our Saturday night out where we go out for a few bevies and we get a bit more slosh than what we should be because we win loads of games of football. What we're doing is going out. This isn't me. I get the luxury side of Kop TV. I like to think I put in work on this channel, but Alex and Jack, after the match day, mate, best believe they're going through blood, sweat and tears to get content out at a good level, and that's what we want to bring this season, is the better quality. Because listen, I'm a silly bastard, mate. I like talking about fun side, but I like the business side and the fun side of things, and I want to look at YouTube as a game this year. I want to look at it like, if we improve the quality, that'll be matching the needs of the audience, but still bringing that interaction side of things where we're still having loads of conversations with you, because that's what we always want to do. We want this to be an interactive channel. We want people to meet friends through this channel. Like, oh, I've made this mate. Oh, we met through the Kop TV, this, that. All that, that's the vibe that we want to bring, and that will take time. Where we want to end up, we're nowhere near there. But step by step, I love the progress of the channel, and we can only thank you for helping us take that progress as the way it has been going. Loads of big things. We've already got the studio in place. We're going to start doing live shows in there and speaking to the fellas there about live shows. I'm going to be doing a bit more content where it'll be just me. So you'll be dealing with my annoying ass for an hour if you don't want to deal with Alex for a bit, say if he's pissed you off.
Yep.
As he does with me all the time. But the point is, we're upping the levels. Ruby's going to still be on the channel. Doyle's still going to be making appearances. We've got a great. I don't want to just say cameraman because he's more than that. But Jack is a great everything. He's Bobby Firmino. He's great at everything. Really good at what he's doing.
Milner? Is he Milner?
What? No,
Milner?
Bobby. He's the one with the silky skills. Milner. I'd say I'm Milner.
Yeah.
I'll just put in a shift anywhere you put me.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. It's a very good
Even
shout.
if I'm not world class in that position, I'll put in a shift.
Yeah, I'm Pep Linders, obviously.
Pep Linders. You're the one doing all the scouting. Who's Ruby? Ruby's Luis Diaz. She's the one just there on the wing doing her little fucking fancy touches and shit.
Yeah. Looking good. Bringing the numbers in. No, listen. And she's on Hot Topics when it comes out today as well, by the way.
Is it coming out today?
It should be today. Right.
Out time.
If not. But no, seriously.
Get on the phone.
No, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And this comment excites me as well. This comment really excites me as well because we've got a little boat
well,
to
we want to
pick.
go on a European. We've been talking about things. We want to go on like a European away trip this season. That'd be cool.
I can't wait for the group stages to get announced for the Champions League. But listen, we've got a bone to pick with the Champions League and UEFA, and we need to win that this year. I'm not even going to call it the UEFA Champions League. I'm just going to call it Champs now because UEFA have lost any kind of credibility with me now. So they're not even. I'm not even saying it's.
Do you know when I associate brands with leagues? Like, fair enough, we're called the Premier League, but like Premier is a word that I can fuck with. Like Premier, like they're the Premier League champions. Like Champions League, I can fuck with Champions League, but I never say UEFA Champions League. I don't give a fuck about that. And same with like the Carabao Cup, I call it the League Cup because that's better for me. I enjoy it more when I call it the League Cup, lads. FA Cup, I'm happy with the FA Cup. And then I call the Community Shield the English Super Cup, and we're coming for that next week.
We're going to rename it that next week, trust me.
Oh my God, Liverpool are your English Super Cup champions!
Super Cup champions. That's a really good one. I like
Darwin Nunez versus Erling Haaland, bro. There's a question. Who's going to score more goals in that game?
In the Community Shield?
Yeah.
I reckon they both get one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I reckon Haaland will score and Darwin won't.
Okay.
Okay, fucking Debbie Downer.
Tammy and Mario, we've got to keep up the congratulations for these guys as well. They make the channel great as well. Mario is actually today got this, again, he won't mind me saying this, but the RAI, which is like the equivalent to the BBC in Italy, they're doing a documentary on his life as an Italian living in Liverpool, supporting Liverpool. So unbelievable. Yeah, man. So big up to Mario.
Mario, you little superstar, mate.
Mario Nunez, yeah. Like and subscribe, obviously. Is bevies a Scouse word? You're the only ones that I hear say it.
Yeah.
It is
nah,
said a lot.
It's not. It's not. You know, I swear I've heard of the Northern.
Have a little bevy. People from Leeds must say it as well.
A bevy. Nah, they do.
Beveragini.
That's mad, that, you know. Nah, we're not the only ones who say it. I just say it a lot. Just there, like, going for bevy, lad.
But there's that, in my head, there's two descriptions of the word. A bevy could be a drink, but also could be like, for instance, when Carragher said to Neville that BT came in for him, and then Sky came in for him, and he said to BT, "Oh, you're gonna have to put a bevy on that to match it, to match the dog."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it means like putting extra money on making a little bevy.
Yeah, money. That's awesome. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, "Yeah, lad," and I was like, "Bevy," and he meant money. I was like, "What are you on about, lad? Like, you want a bevy? Like, you want me to go and get you a bevy?" I was like, "I don't know about this one." But yeah, lads, fucking, I don't even know why we got into that conversation.
No, not at all.
He was asking about bevies, weren't he? Yeah.
That was it. Looking forward to the Kop TV outside the ground. Love it. Makes my game complete. Best fan cam out.
Also, if you're at the stadium, then do come over. Me and Alex have got all the time in the world for you, asking for photos and whatnot. Obviously, in like respectable circumstances. But if you just come over and say like Saturn, and if you're a big fan, then amazing. Like, we love that stuff.
Tammy met so many people through the Kop TV. Can't wait. This warms my heart. Okay.
Yeah, Tammy's a legend.
Inside, forget what's on the pitch. If we can keep creating memories, friendships, brotherhoods, sisterhoods, familyhoods, if that's even a word, then we want to do that. Rose, and do you agree with this? She says I'm Hendo in terms of the team. I don't know. I'd take that.
Okay.
I love
so
Hendo.
Rose, have you got the leadership qualities that we're looking for? Maybe you should manage all of us.
Maybe Rose. So this is weird. Someone's got a picture of you.
Solomon. That's Solomon. Solomon is dead sound, lad. Dead sound, but he's a United fan.
Okay, I get it.
Dead sound.
I don't think they are coming for us, though, Jay.
I agree. Solomon knows that I've roasted him a few times, and I love Solomon. Yeah. And by the way, Solomon, I hope you're doing well.
Why is he putting a picture, though? He must love you.
What?
He's got your picture on his thing, and he's a United fan.
In every single chat when I was posting on my channel, he was in every chat, all the time, without fail. He's an unbelievable subscriber of mine, and he's one that's a name that I remember when I see it pop up in any chat, like Solomon. That I know who that is. But no, it's funny with Solomon because he knows that I've gave him a few roastings before about his team. I think a lot of United fans don't appreciate how right I am about their team at times. I think that's the thing. But I think, Alex, I'm just saying, like, not right now. We don't have to worry right now. But in a couple of seasons with Eric Ten Hag and what he's trying to build, I think that's when they close the gap. I don't think they'll get to 90-plus points level, but I think they'll close the gap.
Yeah. Okay.
To the point where they might edge a draw in one of the fixtures against us or something like that.
North Red, say Bevy in Belfast for drink or a bush.
Kop TV, it's not like a scout thing.
Absolutely, bro. And I will be wearing a red LFC hoodie for the start of the season. Trust me on that. Scouts African. Gary Richards, James and Alex are great men in general. So, you know, that's unreal. That is true as well. Ten Hag and Dars, says Gary. And Tracy says, I would be incredibly grateful if I could meet you guys. This is the thing. Come, if you are at the game.
You know where we are.
It's not hard to meet enough to be at Anfield in the L4 postcode during match day, then make sure that you come over because, listen, we have not missed one game in the last 2 years at Anfield. Trust me, we're outside every single home game. If I'm not there, it'll be Jay. If Jay's not there, it'll be Ruby. If Ruby's not there, it'll be Mario, etc., etc. So you can literally not see us. We are there every time. If you go, it's a lie if you say we're not there because we are every single time. Right. There we go, Jay. Thank you very much for coming on. As always, my bro. Liverpool 5, RB Leipzig 0. The next game is RB Salzburg. And Scouse African says, by the way, I have a frame shirt for your studio. If you do, that is incredible. Thank you very much. Fabio and Elliot, future and present, just like James and myself. How about that? Jay, any words to see us out, bro?
Yous are all dead sexy.
If they're over 18, I would say. We can say that, yeah.
No, because you took that in a sexual way. You can be a sexy personality-wise.
Okay, that's what we'll go.
So you're just weird, basically.
Basically, yeah. Right, there we go. Much love to everyone who's locked in today. The comments have been incredible. As we said, hot topics out today. Myself, Jay, and Ruby talking about all the hot topics. We also mentioned Molly and Paddy, who are both fighting at the weekend. So massive shout out.
Shout out to them. My Scousers are getting that fucking W, mate. Watch it. It's going to be fucking glorious. Oh, and you know, in future, when they do cards, we need to watch them together, lads. And we need to do like a watch along or some shit.
100%. Right, Jay, as it always is, it's a pleasure to be on with you. Cheers, says everyone. And again,
oh my God.
We'll see you very soon.
Last thing, Everton getting absolutely fingered by Americans.
By Minnesota.
What the fuck?
Did you see Dele Alli's miss?
That's not... That's tough. That's tough.
4-0. I mean,
did you hear the American commentator and she was like, oh no, it came off the goalkeeper. Oh, it never came off the goalkeeper. Yeah. Fuck.
It never did. It was a free chance for him to put it to the upper 90, which he declined.
I thought these guys were supposed to be good at soccer. Fuck, man.
These guys are wearing pink kits and they suck ass.
The MLS is clear of the Premier League.
The Premier League. That's what they say, isn't it?
Premier League. It's fucking weird, lad. Like I'm watching like an Adam Sandler film when they're all talking about footy. It's crazy. And it's only Everton who could go over and fucking ruin the whole representation of this fucking league. We say it's the best league in the world and they're fucking dumbasses. Goes there with a squad which is fucking worth about God knows how much and get absolutely done in. Like I'm sure Dele Alli's worth more than that whole squad that they faced.
And apparently the goalie, is a part-time bus driver for Minnesota. So there you go. Am I in the...
Do you reckon they'll go down this season?
No. Oh, I'm not. No. Will they go down this season?
Yeah.
Woo! Depends on the start, man. Like if they... Actually, it doesn't because they've started.
No Richarlison.
They almost got relegated. I would say.
Richarlison.
I mean, they haven't really replaced him, have they? So that's 11 goals taken off. So
Two
I
seasons
think
in a row they've started well.
definitely bottom half. Definitely bottom half. Flirting
Yeah,
with relegation, I'd say. Flirting.
I agree.
There we go. When is the fight of Paddy? Saturday night, late. I know it's in London, so it won't be that late. It'll be like 10, 11, right?
The main card starts at 7.
Okay, so it could even be like a little 9 or a
Could
10.
be like 9, 10 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, love it, man. Right, there we go, guys. Big up to you, Sir Scotty. If you're from Scotty Road, then I love it, because that's where my mum's
Big
from.
up the Scotties, lads. I need to be careful when I'm turning my phone around because my ID's like on the other side of that.
Careful. You don't want to get that.
Careful.
Anyway,
Very careful.
much love, brother. I will see you very soon. Take care. It's
Peace
been
out,
a
my G.
pleasure as always. All the best.
Whoa. Just before you go,
Don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
the voice of football's most famous stand.